Hey guys, Neely here. I am coming in today for my Wellness Wednesday. Just give you a little update on what's going on with me as it relates to health and diet and wellness and nutrition, all that good stuff. I told you about my potato experimenting last week, and I have continued to experiment. This past week, though, my husband was off of work of one of his jobs. He has two jobs, but we did spend a lot more family time. We went out to eat a couple of times, and I ate with the family. That's one of my things that I'm doing as I'm experimenting with this potato stuff, just to see how much I can eat with the family and like indulge in treats while if I'm doing the potato, I don't know what to call it, potato fast, potato only dieting for however many days. Anyways, so I'm kind of trying to experiment with how much I can get away with as far as eating with the family, and how much I have to do the potato days to kind of override that. So, anyways, let's see, we ate out at Chick-fil-A one day. We went out to New Seasons and we had some ice cream. I did get Halo Top ice cream because that's what I wanted. Otherwise, I ate meals with the family at home. Some of the waffles, some of the German pancakes we had for Sunday morning breakfast. And then beyond that, I just ate, regular good healthy stuff that I usually eat. And I did, I don't think I did a full potato day this past week, or last week, I should say. I did mostly breakfasts. I would just do potatoes for breakfast, and then some days I would do potatoes for breakfast and lunch, and then some days were just full whatever I wanted to eat days. And basically, I just maintained my weight. So I have a good idea that I can maintain my weight pretty well, throwing in the potato meals and the potato days here and there. But if I want to lose weight, I probably need to be a little bit more diligent. And I wanted, to get back doing more full potato days and stuff because they made me feel really good. So anyways, my husband went back to work, Monday. And so Monday I did a full potato day, just potatoes. And I had a lot of you guys ask, like, what you can put on the potatoes. And as far as the Potato Hack Diet book, you can find all of the information basically from the book online. The guy that wrote it, Tim Steele, he has a website, and there's just tons of information about it, and it's so simple that you hardly even need a book. The book is great because it goes into a lot of scientific detail and talks about resistant starch and talks about like the history of potatoes, like just everything you'd ever want to know about potatoes. But as far as the diet plan or the hack, it's so simple that you don't even need a book to read to figure it out. It's just eat potatoes. And the basic plan is just eat plain potatoes and eat nothing but plain potatoes, coffee, tea, and water, basically. And a little bit of salt if you need it. Like this plan it's based on a plan that they did back in the 1800s, I think. And that was the plan back then, was just potatoes only and no salt even. So this new updated version is potatoes only with a little bit of salt if you need it, and coffee and tea, black, no cream. But then there are a bunch of variations that people have done. Of course, when someone comes out with a strict diet like that, the first thing they want to know is, what can I add to it? How can I customize it? And so a lot of people have customized it. And in the book, he goes over all these different variations that people have done and had success with. So what he recommends is doing the potato fast just straight up the first time, 3 to 5 days of nothing but potatoes, with a little bit of salt, maybe coffee and water and tea. And I didn't do that because I wasn't ready to jump into something that extreme that quickly. I've just been kind of dipping my toes in and experimenting and just kind of seeing how it goes. But he recommends doing the straight potato fast first, and then after that, playing with variations to see what might work for you. The variation that I've been mainly doing, there's different things that you can add as far as variations, and then there's different like time frames that you can do that are variations. So the different things you can add are spices. So that's like the most basic variation, where you just eat potatoes with salt and spices. And of course you keep no starch, no sugar, added spices, just straight spices, and maybe some lemon juice or some apple cider vinegar or something like that. And then there are other variations. I won't get into them. They're just there's like one that you can add a serving of meat in the afternoon or something like that. Another one where you you can make a gravy with chicken broth and potato starch, and put that on your potatoes. Also, some people can get away with using a little bit of fat to cook their potatoes, like just a spray of oil in the pan, just to cook the potatoes in. But I have tried to stay away from cooking my potatoes with oil. I'm just doing them cooked in the Instant Pot for the most part, because that's super, super easy. And I've just been adding spices. So then the variations, as far as time frame, he says the basic potato hack is 3 to 5 days of eating nothing but potatoes. But then there's also some variations, like doing a potato day every other day, and then just eating regular every other day. And then there's potatoes by day, where you eat potatoes all day long and then you have a regular dinner. And that's what I've been doing a fair amount, as well as, one potato day here or there. And he talks about in the book how he did a 2-week potato fast at the beginning, and he doesn't necessarily recommend that. He says it's probably not unhealthy, but he just thinks 3 to 5 days is enough. And then you kind of just do 3 to 5 days, every week or so, until you reach whatever goal weight. And a few things that I wanted to mention that I have noticed about it, and that he talks about in the book, and other people have noted in their reviews of the book, is that the weight that you lose on the potato fast days doesn't rebound. Like, I have done a lot of mono diets, like egg days or protein days or apple days or whatever, trying out different mono diets for a day to see what it does to your weight. And a lot of them, you can lose a lot of weight on doing those days, but often at least half of the weight will come back. It'll just really rebound. But the weird thing about these potato days is that you continue to lose weight afterwards. You either maintain or you even continue to lose weight. Like, I've had, I'll have a potato day and I'll lose half a pound after the potato day, and then the next day after eating normally, I'll lose another pound. And it's totally bizarre. I've never experienced this with any hacks like this, like mono diet hacks. So that has been really, really interesting, and I'm interested to see how that keeps going. I think part of it has to do with the fact that it is a carbohydrate, so you're not just losing a ton of water like you would if you did a egg day or a fat fast day or something like that, where you're not feeding yourself carbohydrates, and the word carbohydrate has the word hydrate in it, which means it holds water. And so you're going to lose water when you don't eat carbohydrates, along with fat, of course, too. But with the potato fast, I think my guess is that you're not losing all the water, because you are consuming a lot of carbohydrates in the form of potatoes. So, that's really interesting, and I will be interested to see how that continues to go. The other thing that has been really interesting that I've been really just watching and kind of paying attention to is the effect the doing these potato days is having on my appetite. And it is actually really crazy how, for example, on Monday I did a full potato day. And then yesterday, which was Tuesday, I did potatoes in the morning. And then for lunch and dinner, I did low-carb meals. And my appetite was so under control after doing the potatoes. I did the potatoes up through breakfast yesterday. And then for lunch and dinner, my appetite was so controlled. I had no cravings. I would eat a small meal and be super full and satisfied and not think about food for hours. And then I'd have my other meal, and then I was totally full and satisfied for the rest of the day. And then it even carried over to today, where today was a eat whatever I want day. And it was like I kept surprising myself with not finishing whatever portion of food I served for myself. It's like I was serving myself the normal amounts and normal portions that I eat, and then I get like not even halfway through it, and to be like, I'm totally satisfied, and I don't want to eat anymore, and I was done. And so like it's been really crazy to watch how this is affecting my appetite, and I'm kind of just playing with it and seeing kind of how long that effect lasts. And I definitely feel it definitely feels stronger when I do a full potato day. If I do just the breakfast or just breakfast and lunch, it's not as strong of an effect. And there's some kind of hormonal signaling, like satiety hormones, that get turned on. I don't know all the details, but I'm just kind of experiencing it and just paying attention to it because it's really cool. I mean, it's my goal to, just eat normal portions without having to think about it, and just let my body, say what it needs to say. And I listen as far as hunger cues and satiety cues. And it seems like whatever these potatoes are doing, like as far as gut health and satiety levels, it's like resetting things so that basically it takes away all the static. Like I try to eat hunger all the time, but the more I eat sugars or carbohydrates or other kinds of, crazy stimulating foods, like appetite stimulating foods, the more fuzzy things get, and the easier it is to overeat and not hear those signals or have an appetite even when I'm not physically hungry. But doing these potato days, what it seems like it's doing is like it's cutting out all of the static, so I can hear really crystal clearly what my body is saying as far as hunger and satiety. So I am really enjoying it. It's really easy, and I will say that I have experienced these kind of sensations, like this whole satiety thing and the static being gone. I've experienced that when I've done fasting before, like intermittent fasting, especially if I fast for a whole day, and like the next morning I have this super clear hunger signals and satiety signals. But the thing is I hate fasting. Like I do not enjoy it. I don't want to put the effort into doing it at this point. It's just too restrictive for me, and I just don't like it. But doing the potato days is really easy. I mean, it does take a little bit of work because it's boring, but as far as getting through, it's really, really easy. So I feel like I'm getting some really good results, like the same kind of results that I would get to my appetite if I were fasting. But I don't have to put in that much effort to actually fast, which I really don't want to work on doing right now. So anyways, I have been rambling for a really long time. I just wanted to check in and let you know how things are going with me and how I'm doing. And I hope I answered your questions about like what to put on the potato. Basically, his rule is if you're eating something other than potatoes, you're doing it wrong. So, but then of course everyone makes their variations, and depending on who you are and what works for you, different things will work. Basically, all I've been doing is potatoes, spices, and then I will do coffee with 1 teaspoon of cream. So it's like, I think there's like 2 grams of fat in that. So, and that hasn't caused me any trouble. So that's all I'm doing. This next upcoming week, I already did 1 full potato day and then 1/2 of a potato day yesterday. Then today was a free day, and then tomorrow I'm planning on doing a full potato day. And my goal is to get to where I can do 2 full potato days back to back, but I just haven't gotten there yet. So if I feel really motivated, I will do tomorrow and Friday as full potato days, and then maybe take the weekend off. But that's how it's going. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just taking it really slow and kind of figuring out how my body handles it. And so far, it's been really great. So that is it from me for my Wellness Wednesday. I hope you guys are all doing great, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye, guys.